Well, hello there. Let's just give it a moment or two for this edition of Hypnosis Week to go live. Because I'm going to broadcast this live on Facebook on, just let me move that, there we go, on 4th of January 2024, which is World Hypnotism Day. Indeed, it is 20 years to the day that World Hypnotism Day was first inaugurated and launched by American hypnotist, my friend Tom Nicoli, who I have previously interviewed on Hypnosis Week, and you can see that on my Celebrity Hypnotist YouTube channel or in audio format on all major podcast channels. So today on the 4th of January 2024, you join me at a time when I am going to bring you Hypnosis Week episode 121. In other words, it's episode number 17 of season 3. All the past episodes with some of the world's leading experts in hypnotherapy, stage hypnosis, and all related areas of the mind can be found on my Celebrity Hypnotist YouTube channel in the playlist named Hypnosis Week or on all major podcast channels. Today, myself, Alex William Smith by birth, better known to many of you as Jonathan Royle, hypnotist of magicalguru.com. I am going to give you a review of a new book from Dr. Steve Bierman, a medical doctor. Dr. Steve Bierman. He's the gentleman who authored the book Healing Beyond Pills and Potions, which I have given a 5-star review, 5 out of 5, in fact 20 stars out of 5. Without a doubt, it's a book everyone dealing with communication suggestion, whether they call themselves a hypnotist or not, should buy. It's called Healing Beyond Pills and Potions by Dr. Steve Bierman. And indeed, we talk about that in my interview with Dr. Bierman, which is a previous episode of Hypnosis Week. And again, you can watch that on my Celebrity Hypnotist YouTube channel by clicking on playlist and then looking at the Hypnosis Week file, or you can listen to it on all major podcast channels. But today, newly launched in January 2024, is this book, The End of Worry, a clinically proven 4-step protocol for ending the worry habit forever by Dr. Steve Bierman, author of Healing Beyond Pills and Potions. Now that's just been released in January 2024, but we're also going to be mentioning a book by somebody else, for reasons that will become clear as we go along, called Evolving Self-Confidence, How to Become Free from Anxiety Disorders and Depression by Terry Dixon. A unique insight into the cause and cure of anxiety, phobias, obsessive-compulsive disorders, depression. It also covers other things like bulimia, anorexia, and a whole bunch of other things. This book was originally published in 2007, and we're also going to be mentioning briefly my book Shitnosis, helping you get over the shit in your life and get your shit together, incorporating the fuck that system, fully unconscious conditioning knowledge therapy, honouring absolute transformation, which was published, I will look, it was published at the end of 2022. It's the world's, if I say so myself, ultimate self-help book, and you'd be wise to grab a copy. All the links for these 3 books, by the way, are above or below this video. So, here we go. The reason I mentioned the other books will come to shortly. Firstly, The End of Worry, a clinically proven 4-step protocol for ending the worry habit forever by Dr. Steve Bierman, author of Healing Beyond Pills and Potions. As I say, I've interviewed him before. You can check it out, as I've mentioned already. This book is, it's bigger than a normal book, okay, in size, but pages wise, it's got 73 pages in total, although one of them's blank at the back. In fact, a couple of them are blank. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pages that come after a heading called The Beginning and the Advent of Imaginal Competence, which are worksheets. Now, so that fills up 10 of the pages. Now, what I think would have been useful there is a website link where you could have gone to, maybe scan a QR code, and you could download then a PDF version of this worksheet, so you could print out as many as you wanted. So it's nice that they provide you with 10, but you will need more at some point, so you're either going to have to write them out by hand, or maybe if you search out Dr. Steve Bierman on Google and find him, he's on Twitter as well and social media, maybe he'll make a PDF link available for you so you can just print them out. Also, to be honest, and I'm coming to this first, if you look, trying to get in there, you'll have to see this on the video version on my Celebrity Hypnotist YouTube channel. You'll see there's not very much space below each question for putting in your answers. I think there should have been more space. Now that would have taken up more of the book. So on the one hand, that could have looked like it was padding it out. That would have been a possible perceptual negative thing. However, if it was just one worksheet that took a few pages because there was bigger gaps, and there was a QR code given that you could scan, or a link you could go to get a PDF of the worksheet to print out as many as you want for future use by yourself, then I think that would be the icing on the cake. Because when it asks questions like plan the downside, really plan it, which is about writing down the worst case scenario, the more detail and structure you give it, and that's mentioned in the book earlier, it goes on about submodalities, so writing down what things will look like, smell like, taste like, feel like, how you will react to them, and going into it in layers. There's not really, frankly, certainly not with my handwriting, I don't think there's enough space there. However, does that detract from the contents of the book? No, it just means you'll have to write out your own worksheets. So, take the worksheets away, and that gives us, we backtrack, 58 pages, okay, up to that point. Now, obviously, at the beginning of this, you've got, and thank you, by the way, Dr. Bierman signed this to me, as you can see, to Jonathan, with much respect and admiration, Steve Bierman. He sent me this at the end of 2023. I got it just before Christmas. Thank you so much. However, as much as I respect you 1,000,000%, and as much as anyone who looks at the Hypnosis Week episode on my Celebrity Hypnotist YouTube channel, where I interview about healing beyond pills and potions, and I say it's a 5-star book, 5 out of 5, in fact 20 stars out of 5 stars. It's one of the best hypnosis books ever, one of the best books on suggestion and the power of the mind, and I recommend everyone to get it. That's not going to stop me from pointing out these little tiny negatives like I have done about the worksheets about this book. Okay. However, spoiler alert, spoiler alert is buy it. If you want a system that will, as long as you follow it and do what it says, step by step, will enable you to eliminate worry, overcome stress, anxiety, panic, and all those kind of things in your life, and it deals with how to use this in the context of bulimia, anorexia, obsessive compulsive disorders, worrying and stress in general, then this book is a worthwhile investment, but not on its own. And the reason I will say that is not just because I want you to go and buy a copy of Terry Dixon's book Evolving Self-Confidence, and not just because I want you, excuse my phone, to buy a copy of Shitnosis, helping you get over the shit in your life and get your shit together, but because I genuinely believe that these 3 books together will prove to be pure, massively life-changing. Whatever your worry, stress, anxiety, whatever your fear, frustration, failure, anguish, anxiety, anger, resentment, regret, remorse, whatever your stress, worry, panic, fear state, however it manifests, whether it's anorexia, bulimia, obsessive compulsive disorders, over worry, over stress, panic attacks, depression, these 3 books together will prove life changing. And there's a reason I say all of them together that I'll come to in a minute. But let's start with The End of Worry, Dr. Steve Bierman. So, it's split into lovely little sections, okay? I'm going to show you the index. So, you need to see this on the video version of the podcast on the Celebrity Hypnotist YouTube channel, so you can see the list of the contents of what's inside the book, which I've just shown you. There's some illustrations throughout. These are worry warts, as they are called. It's great, it makes it visual and appealing. It helps your imagination grasp around it and take on board what is learnt here. These are things that you got to do. It's the action of doing them that will actually help you. As I say, nice illustrations along the way. How to identify the worry, step 1. Step 2, identify the fear, know the real fear. In other words, what you consciously think is your fear or the cause of the stress, the panic, the anxiety or the worry. It's not. There's something else, and it tells you how to identify that. Step 3, plan the downside, the absolute possible worst case scenario. Hence, I say you need that more space for writing in the thing. Then there's an intermission in 3 parts. This is a process that involves an element of transactional analysis, parent, adult, child, position 1, position 2, position 3. There's movement element to that, physically changing where you're sitting. There's a visualization element, talking to yourself as you were in the past and then seeing yourself as you've become. Loads of different things. I don't want to go into it all too much because it'd be giving it all away. There's a through the looking glass exercise, which to leave negative stuff in the past and move forward to the future, but also a great physical and psychological mismatch, the way you verbally answer questions, to mismatch body language on purpose to cause total confusion and disorientation, to cause a total pattern interrupt, a total sensory overload, to effectively cause critical faculty, analytical area, executive function bypass, so that you can easily reprogram your personal laptop computer. And yes, it's a very effective technique, as is the anchoring technique of drop tongue, still as stone, which is a technique you can then silently use in public. If you start to feel panicky, anxiety or worry, you can do this process silently in seconds to put yourself back on track. Step 4, plan and intend the upside, seeing the best possible outcome, becoming the best possible you. Again, you really need to go into detail with all the different submodalities, how you would see it, how you would feel it, what it would sound like, what it would taste like, what it would feel like, how people around you would react, how you will react. And then there's all the frequently asked questions about the worry protocol at the end. And then it goes into the worksheets. In a nutshell, this process will, without doubt, work for you to help you make worry a thing of the past, to eliminate worry, to eliminate stress, anxiety, depression, panic and fear from your life in every area. It will. It's worth its weight in gold. But it will only do it when A, you totally believe that it will work for you, and B, that you totally do what it says and use the system in the real world. Which is why, to make that easier for you, because this is a great technique for therapists to use with their clients, because the clients will have a belief in you as the authority figure, the experienced professional with your diplomas on the wall. But some people, maybe some viewers or listeners of this, will not believe that they are capable of using such a simple protocol on themselves, because they've got an imbalance in their sense of self-confidence, self-image, self-esteem or self-control, which has had an imbalanced knock-on effect on their self-image. The self-confidence, self-image, self-esteem, self-control, aka willpower, can have a negative impact on the self-worth, self-love, self-respect, or positive selfishness, which can have a negative impact on their sense of self, their self-identity, making them feel imbalanced or something's missing, which ultimately can cause habits, addictions, fears, phobias, stress, anxiety, depression, worry, panic, OCDs, blah, blah, blah. Can manifest as bulimia, anorexia, depression, a whole bunch of other things, all covered in this book. This process, I have no doubts, will help you to end the worry, the fear, the apprehension, the stress, the panic, the anxiety, and to therefore overcome the anorexia, the bulimia, the obsessive compulsive disorder, the panic attacks, or whatever way it was manifesting itself at the time that you used this system. However, on its own, without also reading Shitnosis and implementing what's in it, helping you to get over the shit in your life and get your shit together, and also Evolving Self-Confidence by Terry Dixon, I am not totally convinced that this on its own is enough to stop symptom substitution from occurring, and therefore, you know, you may say goodbye to your worry and your panic attacks, but at some point down the line, because the underlying imbalances have not necessarily been dealt with, it may then manifest itself in the form of a different habit, addiction, fear or phobia. Until such times as you get those things balanced out. So, we'll come back to this at the end, but I'm saying buy it. However, you will also want to buy a copy of Evolving Self-Confidence by Terry Dixon, How to Become Free from Anxiety Disorders and Depression, because this will show you what the underlying reasons are of why and how all obsessive compulsive disorders, panic attacks, anxiety attacks, depression, stresses, fears, panics, worries are caused, exasperated, made worse and continue. And therefore it will also show you exactly the proof and evidence of what needs to be done in order to eliminate them and positively overcome them long term without any possible symptom substitution. Okay? There's a couple of techniques involved, but read this to understand how to make it work better, and then you'll be able to make the end of worry work at an even better level than it would on its own. Also, then look at the video that's above or below this. In the links above or below this video or podcast, you will see a link to a free 4-hour video where I explain all the key psychological reasons of how and why hypnosis truly works. Well, it's most of them, because since then I've done more research and I've got more that I can teach you in my Elite Hypnotherapy and NLP Hypnosis Bootcamp. However, we cover most of it in my book, Shitnosis, helping you get over the shit in your life and get your shit together, incorporating the fuck that system, fully unconscious conditioning knowledge therapy, honouring absolute transformation system. Okay? My B, Jonathan Royle. So go grab your copy of Shitnosis, helping you get over the shit in your life and get your shit together, and use the very many QR codes that are in there, and this will allow you, one of the key things that will allow you to do is to heal your inner child that we all have and deal with all the little mini traumas that have happened in life that have contributed, as mentioned in this book, to you ending up with worries or stresses or anxieties or panic attacks or fears, etc. That this process will help you eliminate, but by using techniques that are in here, you'll also be able to heal that inner child. You'll be able to reprogram your personal laptop computer to rebalance and almost factory reset your self-confidence, self-image, self-esteem and self-control, so it has a positive knock-on effect on your self-worth, self-love, self-respect and positive selfishness, so it has a positive knock-on effect on your self-identity, your sense of self, who you are, so it fills that gap, balances everything out, and as well as deleting positively and permanently any negative traumas, fears, failures, frustrations, angers, anxiety, anguish, resentment, regret or remorse of the past, it will also enable you to forgive, have a full sense of forgiveness, acceptance, realization and release, to reprogram and reframe everything in a safe manner, whilst also installing metaphorical antivirus software for the mind, so that you can move forward and you never get symptom substitution. So when you combine these 3 books together, okay, as well as looking at the 4-hour free video you can get at the link above or below this video, you will, thanks to Evolving Self-Confidence, you'll have a fuller understanding, Evolving Self-Confidence by Terry Dixon, fuller understanding of the key underlying things that cause all these issues to occur in the first place, and the things that need to be dealt with in order for them to positively be eliminated, overcome and move forward from, in a manner where no symptom substitution can occur. Because of my book, Shitnosis, helping you get over the shit in your life and get your shit together, by Jonathan Royle, You will learn techniques and strategies to enable you to balance out your self-confidence, self-image, self-esteem, self-control, to have a positive knock-on effect on your self-worth, self-respect, self-love, positive selfishness, to have a positive knock-on effect on your self-identity, to fill that hole, to make you feel whole again, to make you feel the best possible version of you, so that symptom substitution does not occur, because you'll be fully in control, and therefore you can use a process then, like The End of Worry by Dr. Steve Bierman, to say goodbye to worry, stress, anxiety attacks, panic attacks, obsessive compulsive disorders, and a whole bunch of other things. The three together can prove and will prove positively life-changing for you. That's my review of those 3 books together that can be truly life-changing. Check out other Hypnosis Week interviews on my Celebrity Hypnotist YouTube channel by clicking on playlist and looking at the Hypnosis Week. And by the way, if you'd like to earn 28 world-class accredited professional qualifications, including cured, complete and conscious reprogramming of emotional disease and distress, so you can give your clients the cure to their problem and then leave your office cured. Peace, psychophysio-energetic alignment of changing energies and emotions to give your clients inner peace and peace of mind. Hope, hypnotic override pain elimination to give your clients hope for a better life. Rich, rapid instant change hypnosis to enrich your clients' lives. Complete Mind Therapy CMT, the one-session treatment approach for all habits, addictions, fears and phobias from A through to Z. And a whole bunch of others, all of which will help you, including Hypnosis, the needle-free hypno mind jab, Hypnosis, the needle-free hypnotic weight loss hypno mind jab solution, and the virtual gastric band hypnosis complete mind therapy approach. Basically everything you could ever need or want to know to be a fully confident and competent and highly successful hypnotherapy, NLP, psychological talking therapy practitioner. Then check out the links above or below this video and join my elite hypnotherapy and NLP hypnosis bootcamp today before the price goes up, which is happening in the next week or two. But today you can join for less than £400 United Kingdom sterling. You'll earn that back with your first Hypnosis client, or your first phobia fear removal client, or your first habit or addiction life-changing client, using the marketing, advertising, publicity and promotion strategies that we give you inside the bootcamp, the business building tools, the ready-made promotional videos, the ready-made press releases, the business templates, the plans. There's even ready-made products that come to you with legal resale rights, websites and stuff, so you can start earning multiple streams of passive income and earning more money while you're asleep at night than many therapists do while they're awake. Check out all the links that are above this video or below this video. Do it now. If you've got any questions, inbox me at facebook.com/Alex the Hypnotist. That's my Alex William Smith and then in brackets Jonathan Royle Facebook profile. Or find me on all social media channels at Royle, R-O-Y-L-E, Hypnotist. Bye for now. Happy World Hypnotism Day 2024.